in this funny position so that I could have more access to the cylinder under here, because that's it right there, and here's where this end of it mounts, and hose, hydraulic hose, is up on top of it up there. But before I start taking that cylinder off, got a battery issue. I had to jump start it, so I'm going to do, I guess, 2 videos here. We'll do one showing how to test and check out the battery and find out what's going on with that. Then we'll do a second video on the hydraulic cylinder. Well, let me get this camera on a tripod. Okay, this thing is charging right now about 14.5 volts. That used to be, years ago, that was your normal charging voltage. I can pull on the gas and show you that it stays the same, but you got to watch for that. You want to make sure that the regulator didn't short out and start charging too much. Okay, so that's good. Our regulator is working good. We're still holding at 14.5. Now I'm not going to put a load test on it while it's running because I don't want to hurt the alternator. So I'm going to shut it off. Now for the load test. It's not going to do real good because I know it's, all I did was jump start it and then drive it over here from where it was parked at. So it's not going to do real good on the load. It wasn't dead flat dead. It did crank and it was turning, but it wasn't turning fast enough. So I had to put a jump starter on it. So we're down to 12 when I put the load on it, and we're watching it fall. It's down just about to 11 now. Now, since this thing has the has the old style alternator regulator where it's charging at 14.5 instead of 13.5, we want to check these because they will run out of water. So I'm going to open these caps up. We have a battery that has a place to put water. We'll check in there. You can plainly see, looking at these cable connections, that they're not in the worst condition. So that'll be the last thing I check right now, because it does go through a load test. It's not falling on its face in a load test. If it was, I'd clean these first. But first I'm going to check, see how much water we got. Kind of in a recessed area there, can't get the best access to it. Yeah, when we had the higher voltage alternators, it's only 1 volt difference, but the batteries were running dry a little sooner than they do now. Well, the water is not the problem. There's only one cell that's there's 2 cells that's a little bit low. But they got water above the plates. This cell here still has water above the plates, but it's a little bit low. So I'm going to go ahead and top off the water, but I don't think it's going to do much for it. This rust is falling down in there. I'll go ahead and top that off with an old dish soap bottle of water, and then we'll put it on a charge, put it on a slow charge while I'm working on that hydraulic cylinder. I say you're supposed to use distilled water for this, but I got pretty decent city water, and so that's what I use, and I've never had an issue over it. Batteries don't last forever anyway. Wouldn't use well water though, unless you got a really good cleaning system for well water. If you don't find distilled water, drinking water is about the same thing. Bottled drinking water. By the way, forgot to mention, I am filling this up to the bottom of these plastic tubes that are built into the top of this case, battery case. I'm filling it up to the bottom of those tubes where there's a space below the bottom of the tubes and the top of the battery plates, and I just fill it up to the bottom of those tubes. I'm going to put it on a hot charge for a little while, a 40 amp. I got it set at 40 amps. I don't know how many amps is going into it. It's only going to take however many amps it needs up to 40. If it's a full charge, it won't take any amps. So anyway, I'm going to do that for a while because it is just a regular wet cell battery. I'm hearing, I haven't done any research on it, but I'm hearing that the AGM, which stands for Absorbed Glass Matte, they're non-serviceable batteries, and I'm hearing that they need to be slow charged at a lower amp rating for more hours, for like overnight at a 10 amp or whatever. So this charger only has the 40 amp. It's got a boost, a 200 amp boost, so it claims, and it's got a 2 amp slow charge. Well, 2 amp is too slow for a battery this big. Well, I charged the battery for about an hour, hour and a half, something like that. I'm not sure because I charged it 2 times. I think about an hour, and then I came back and added some more to it. I didn't really look at the timer on it. Probably another 15 minutes or half hour. Anyway, just put the tester on. I'm going to pull the trigger right now for the first time. Let's see what it does. It's still falling and going towards weak. So I don't trust it.